Hi everyone, it's Jenny with Joey and Jenny's Little Yellow House, and we're always here on YouTube and Instagram at Joey143Jenny, as well as on Facebook at Joey and Jenny's Little Yellow House. So today's video is just going to be a hodgepodge. It's got everything. So this is my personal journal, so we'll be dealing with that here in just a little bit. I'm going to slide it over because I think that's going to be the last thing we do. This is my garden journal. I want to work in that. But first I wanted to show you a few other things. So I mentioned the other day that I had coffee dyed some things. And my primary thing was I wanted to coffee dye some glassine sheets just to use in whatever. And I was a little bit disappointed because they weren't, you know, as transparent as I had hoped. They were more kind of opaque. So I thought I would show you kind of what they look like. So it's two pieces. Okay. If you haven't ever used them before. So there's a shiny side, and this is shiny, but it's a little bit flatter. And so this is kind of waxy. It reminds me, the ones that I bought remind me a little bit of a thick deli paper. So I'll use this as an example. So if you put something in it, you can still see through it, but it's just not as clear as I wanted it to be. Anyways, but I had it and I wanted to coffee dye, and so I did coffee dye some. And of course they turn out great coffee dyed. They sound great. They look great, you know, different colors depending on how, you know, where it falls in the stack of how I put it out in the sun, you know. So you can see some have, you know, some little things and flickers and just different little things here and there. One thing I do want to say that worked well for me is because of that glossy side, when wet, it's sticky. So what I did was I put the glassine, first what I did, I put glassine down, then I put a piece of copy paper, then glassine, then copy paper, then glassine, etc. And that helped. And I'll tell you how I know that was the best thing to do is because I wanted to crunch up. So here's glassine straight out, and you can hear it. And then here is glassine after it's been wet. So all I did with these is I just got them wet. Then I laid them out in the sun to dry. Well, I did them all together. So I just took, I don't know however many sheets, this is 10 sheets, and I got them wet, you know, put them together like I do normally with my paper. Lay them down like this. But what happened is they stuck together. So it was just one big glob. So I thought, I wonder if if I ironed it, if I could peel them apart. And that's what I ended up having to do. But they didn't come apart easily. Some of them ripped. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know if you can see through here where parts of it ripped off. Of course, I'll still use them, but it was a lesson learned. So I do like the crunch of it. I like that. But if I were to do it again, I would do it, even whether or not I coffee dye, you know, or not, I will put it glassine, copy paper, glassine, copy paper because of that, because these just adhere together a lot. And then I made a little envelope just goofing around yesterday, and so it turned out neat, and it's nice and crunchy. And then I did coffee dye some paper, and remember I said that I had put flowers down, and it just showed the imprints mainly. It didn't actually give much color at all. So you can see, I don't know if you can see on the camera or not, but there's a few floral imprints, not anything drastic. So I think I'm going to need to figure that out a little bit better. You know, I mean, you can actually, you know, this one's maybe a little bit clearer. You can actually do the, what is it? Where you put the flowers and the leaves and all of that, and then you wrap it up, and eco diet. But what I did was just, I just simply did it like I normally do, which is put it in coffee, lay it in a cookie sheet. I put flowers on it, put another piece on, and then I put another piece on. Then I put more flowers and another piece. And so I don't think it got wet enough for that, for the juices of the beautiful plants to come through. So I might try it a little bit different next time. But it was still fun, and it still showed, you know, some little ditties of flowers and leaves and stuff. Not super clear though. All right, so that was super fun. I'm going to show you this real quick because I'm not going to start it yet. I'll probably maybe do this tomorrow. I'm not going to have time, I don't think, today. We'll see. So I started taking apart my Edith Holden. Now this is a replica, but it's an old replica. And the fun thing about this is I found this when I was visiting Kathy. We went to what she calls the dump. And basically what it is, it's a recycle, well, we call it the dump, but it's a recycle center. And it's the recycle center on the way to the dump. So when people have things that they're going to dump, they can donate to the recycle center things that could be resold to lighten their load as well, so they don't have to pay as much when they dump. And can you believe this was one of the donations? And so I got this, and I got some plastic, old vintage plastic doilies and plastic placemats there at the same time. And I think I paid $3 for my entire haul. I was so happy. Well, anyways, I'm gonna really look through and try to find what I want all out of all these beautiful, gorgeous pictures. And I'm going to use that as my cover. I think I'm going to use that as my cover for a journal. And also use cereal. Yes, I eat bran flakes. I love them. I eat them every single morning, dry. I don't like milk. And so I'm going to probably use this box. And then I'm going to also use the cereal bag. So I'll show you all that later. But I had it on my desk because I want to get to it soon. So I'm just going to put it up there. All right, so next, you may remember a while back I showed you my garden journal. We went through my garden journal, show and tell. And I also showed you that I had put in here these little zinnias. And, well, I planted them on May 23rd. I saw the sprouts 2 days later. That was so exciting. On 6/2, they were 4 inches tall and spindly. Well, guess what? Today, she bloomed. Isn't that beautiful? So, I've got to update this thing. I have no idea when this is going to... I think this is going to be airing tomorrow, this video, because it takes a little while for it to upload. So, 7/12/23... bloom. See photo. Okay, I'm so excited. Okay. So I got that and that. And I'll probably, more than likely, I'll take more pictures because they are all about the bust. But I was so excited I wanted to log that in. So I'm going to keep that updated. So I'll set that aside. Okay. The big thing I wanted to do is, this is my journal. This is the one that I keep. What's that? This is the journal that I work in. I log things that happen, and loves and dislikes, and not people I dislike. I don't dislike anybody, but like things I dislike. Happy times, sad times, wishes, disappointments, places, things, experiences, all kinds of stuff I put in here. So this is my journal. And this particular one, and like I told you, I've been journaling since I was in 4th grade. So I have volumes and volumes of journals. Anyways, this one's from June 17th, 2022 to July. I'll finish that whenever I finish it. And I probably have 1 page left, maybe 2 pages. But what I want to do is I want to glue some stuff on, and I want to put a tie around it. So I thought I would do that today. And yeah, so that's really what I want to do today. And thinking about journals, especially personal ones like this, not like, travel journals and things, but personal ones like this, there comes a point where you think, what's going to happen to my journals? I mean, at some point, somebody's going to read them. And what is that experience going to be like for that person? In the beginning of my journals, let me just show you what I write. Find it. Okay, I'll put my hand over this part. It says, on these pages are my deepest thoughts, events, interpretations, hopes, prayers, fears, joys, and disappointments. Please respect and do not read. If you read these pages, you bear the burden of knowledge in my world that may be somewhat difficult to understand and could be different than you see or know of. If you read my words after my death, my prayer is that you consider my state of mind at the time of each writing and pass no judgment or accept any blame. These are the innermost, unfiltered, chaotic, romantic, soul-pouring, thought-provoking writings of me. May this journal be full of joy, adventure, discoveries, blessings, and love. And then I put my phone number there to call. So I have that in the beginning of all my journals because it is possible that one day, my children will read it. Now they're adults, but their experiences are very different than mine. Their upbringing is different than mine was. Their loves are different than mine. Their trauma is different than mine. Their joys are different. Their children are different. Things are different. And I just want that even if we share the same memory, like even with my sister or my mom or someone like that, share the same memory, we take away different things. That's why some people remember things differently, because we take away different things depending on, where we're at in our life, what our state of mind is at the time, stuff like that. So I always put that at the beginning of my journal, just because, I just want people to know that I mean no harm by the things I write. And at some point I know that someone else is going to read it. That needs to come up just a little bit. Now, I wait till about this stage in the game to cover these, if I cover them at all. Some I haven't even covered. And the reason I say that is because you may notice that this journal is marred up quite a bit. And so if I had put all this on there, like this isn't like a junk journal that I would wait till I come home to write in or anything like that. I mean, I take this journal everywhere, and and even a junk journal that I would take everywhere, more than likely, like when I give journals, I give them like in a case, like a bag they can carry it in. Okay, so I think that's gonna work. That's good. Let's get that. And let's do this. Anyways, yeah, so I've been journaling a very, very long time. So here's my thought. Just thinking about doing that. And this. And these, if you saw on Facebook, if you follow us on Facebook, you probably saw this. These are fabric scraps that I made my daughter's birthday. I made her a tote for her birthday, and these are the fabrics that I used. So these are just scraps left over. Okay. All right, let's get this down on here. So it's going to go there and there. So we got right into it today. So I hope everybody's having a really great day. Good evening. It's evening time here. I had a really fun time. My sister and I, Kathy, if you hear me refer to her, that's my sister, Kathy. She and I did a video call tonight, and that was super fun. And we always crack each other up, and nobody cracks me up like her. We, it's one of those things where you barely have to say anything and we know what you're talking about, and then we just start dying laughing. So that is such good, comic relief is super fun with her. So did that, and then we had dinner. I did get a new arm for my camera, which I just bonked my head on it. And I wanted to apologize because I did not even realize that my previous videos with this new camera on my cell phone had been not, what am I trying to say? Aligned right, or what's it called? They were showing the opposite way. So, my glue is coming out. Anyways, I think I figured it out. You're like, what's this deja vu? And I want to say hello real quick to my friend Robin. Thank you, Robin. She's so sweet. She let me know that she watched my video to the very end. And I'm grateful for that. That's so sweet of her. I appreciate that, Robin. And I appreciate you more than you know. And also to my friend Kat. She is, you probably see her if you ever comment or get on comments. She's always so wonderful to comment and give ideas and let me know things. Like in the past when my phone wasn't doing or anytime, anything that's happened, she'll let me know, and she's usually the first one, and I can try to fix it before whatever it is, before it gets to be a big deal. So I always appreciate her, and she's very, very, very sweet. So hi, Kat. Thank you for watching, and thank you for your support and your friendship. I really appreciate that. So it's very, I'm just I've had such a good day. I've just been in a sense of gratitude today. I'm just had a really nice day, and so, and those are some of the things that I'm grateful for, my dear friends. And I have some really great friends that I've had for years. I've never met them. I have some prayer partners, never met them. That's part of, kind of being online, is that you can have these relationships with people you probably wouldn't have you wouldn't have had an opportunity to be friends with if you didn't travel a lot, So I'm really happy about that. All right, and then I found this little guy. I thought that was cute. I'm gluing myself to everything here. So it's kind of a quick video, kind of like I said, a hodgepodge of things. Oopsie, yikes. Okay. Oh my goodness. Look at this. I have to get a baby wipe out. But this thing was getting all over the desk. Now it's all over Jenny. Okay. So I was super excited this morning when I looked out the kitchen window and saw my zinnia had bloomed. Bloomed, and I think I out loud talked to it and said, "Good job. You did it. You bloomed." I was so happy. Now the other ones, let's get it going. I'm excited. Can't wait. We had a heat advisory today. I think it was like 108 heat index. And so I got out this morning. We were watching Lolly, our little grandpup. And so I got out this morning, and Lolly and I went and watered plants. It takes about 45 minutes-ish. So we went and watered plants. And, excuse the reach. And I saw the pretty plants, and I was just, you know, they say talking to the plants really makes a difference. I'm just crazy that way. I'm just like, oh, you did it. So then I had planted more last week, but I planted them in a very, very sunny area because I had thought that this batch that, you know, I just showed you, the one that bloomed, I had thought that was in a sunny area, and it is, but the plant, or the lilac bush that is nearby, has grown so much this season that now it puts it in a little bit of shade so it doesn't get near the light. So I don't think they're growing as fast as they probably would had they been out in the open. So I replanted some out in the open, and they are about, you know, about 2 inches tall now. Planted them no, not 2 inches. They're like little seedling things. All right, let's see what happens here. Okay, I'll tuck everything in there. And then I just store these in my closet. I used to have, up until a couple years ago, I had a safety deposit box. And I do need to put them back in the safety deposit box, but we changed banks, and I just keep forgetting about getting a new safety deposit box. So, you know, there's that. Okay, that one's done. I'm not going to do anything to the back. You can see here, this is the kind of stuff, this is why I don't put a case on it right away. I'm not going to do anything to the back, and I'm going to write the date on it once I finish it. I was going to tell you something else. Oh, these books, and I've gotten all sizes of these. I've gotten smaller ones. I don't know that I've gotten any bigger, but I've used this before. The thing I like about these, I get them over at Hobby Lobby in the art section. They're like an artist book. The reason I like them, I like the paper because it's absorbent. So as you write, it's not slick paper. And I feel like, for me that writes a lot, it doesn't fatigue my hand to write. It kind of drags the pen. And I don't know, I just like it. And then also you can watercolor or paint, you know, got a little bit extra there. Paint, and typically it doesn't go through. The only thing that I have had really that go through was my Sharpies go through, and I'll use a Sharpie to outline things. Sharpie will shadow on the other side. You'll see that something's back there, but not necessarily maybe see what it is. And then what are those other markers I use? Oho, I can't remember. And those go through as well. So I try to avoid using those because they'll go through. But it's better than this. This is better because it folds all the way flat while you're writing, or you can flip it back. When it gets this full to write, I typically, if I'm writing on the flip side and not the right side but the left side, I'll write this way, you know, horizontal. And then if I'm writing on the right side, I'll go ahead and write vertically. So, all right, well, that was a quick video. Got a lot done though. Got to show you some stuff and update my garden journal and get this one done. So now I have probably tomorrow to write in it, and she'll be retired, and I'll head over to the hobby store and I'll get me another book. I'm also making, you know, this junk journal, and this junk journal will be for me. But I don't know if I'm going to put a lot of personal things in it, like my personal thoughts and things like that. I mean, I might write some things, but probably in this one, I may use it kind of twofold. One, to jot some stuff down, but two, to use it as a idea book too. I think if I leave it on my desk, it might help me to remember to make an extra, you know, ephemera, whatever I'm making, like these. Won't those go pretty with that? These are the ones we made the other day. Won't those be pretty in there? I mean, they're really about the same style. So, anyways, I'm excited to get that started. I've got some ideas in my mind. I'm not going to do like a typical that I know of. In my mind, I'm playing out the cover. That's why I haven't started yet, because it's in my mind, it's not going to be like I've done before. And I am going to do, this is a 9 by, let's see, this isn't a 9 by 6. This is a 9 by 7, I believe. And I want to keep it that size. 7. Yeah. 9 by 7. But I do want it, I think I want it to be somewhat of a soft cover and not use this book cover. So that's as far as I've gotten, as far as like what I want to do and, you know, for this. So, all right. Well, gosh, thanks for hanging out with me as I bumble through it, trying to get glue off of my hands and all of that. Excuse me. So I just want to remind you, we pray blessings over each of you. And, you know, we just want you to know you're so loved. So I hope that every day when you wake up and every day when you go to bed, you just know you're so loved. All right, everybody, have a really great evening, and we'll talk tomorrow. Bye.